Welcome, folks, to a update on QAnon, Q clearance, and what really is Q clearance. I wanted to take a minute here to just go over, the different levels of clearance, the top couple anyway, in the levels, and this whole QAnon or Q clearance that's been posting on 4chan, 8chan now, and just give a breakdown for those of you that are new, just tuning in, trying to find out something about this. So stick with us here. Let me get this up here, and we will jump right in. Okay, so Q clearance, and I've done this again earlier today, but Q clearance, this is off the Wikipedia. A clearance or Q type clearance is a United States Department of Energy, DOE, security clearance that is roughly comparable to a United States Department of Defense top secret clearance with sensitive compartmentalized information access. So TS SCI. It is the most permissive clearance granted by the United States government, acting as the sole means of access to the vast compartmentalizations, top secret and secret restricted data, and DOE security areas. Anyone possessing an active Q clearance is always categorized as holding a national security critical sensitive position, sensitivity level 3. Additionally, most Q cleared incumbents will have collateral responsibilities, designating them as a level 4, national security special sensitive personnel. With these two designations standing as the highest risk sensitivity levels, occupants of these positions hold extraordinary accountability, harnessing the potential to cause exceptional grave or inestimable damage to national security of the United States. In addition to classification levels, these categories of classified matter are identified: restricted data, RD, formally restricted data, FRD, and National Security Information, NSI. The employee must have a security level clearance consistent with his or her assignment. Common combinations are reflected in the table to the right. The Department of Energy security clearance required to access top secret restricted data or formally restricted data and national security information, as well as restricted data, is a Q clearance. The lower level L clearance is sufficient for access to secret formally restricted data and national security information, as well as confidential restricted data. Formally restricted data and national security information to restricted data is granted on a need-to-know basis to personnel with appropriate clearances. Okay, so you can read on a little more here. There is a table. See if I zoom in a little bit here. All right. Go back to that one. Okay, there we go. Employee access authorized based on DOE issued security clearances. So here you got the category for confidential, secret, L level, top secret, and then Q, and the multiple levels. And again, okay, so now let's get in to, all right, list of U.S. security clearance terms. So, security description. Security clearance levels are used as a part of a method to control access to information that should not be freely available to all personnel. Different organizations in the USA federal government use different terminology and lettering as discussed below. Use. Security clearance levels often appear in employment postings for defense-related jobs and other jobs involving substantial amounts of responsibility, such as air traffic control or nuclear energy positions. Employers generally prefer to hire people who are already cleared to access classified information at the level needed for the job given, or for a given job or a contract, because security clearances can take up to a year to obtain. In general, most employers look for candidates who hold an active Department of Defense collateral clearance or a blanket TS/SCI cleared top secret/sensitive compartmented information. Individual who has successfully completed a counterintelligence CI or full scope polygraph FSP. So then security levels. You got the security, we're just going to jump down here to the Q. We know, all right, there's confidential, secret, and top secret. And then additionally, for the Department of Energy, you have the Q clearance with the different levels. So Q clearance allows access to classified information up to including top secret data with special designation, restricted data, TS and /RD, and special Q cleared security areas such as the White House, the Pentagon, the Hall of Congress, and the Supreme Courtroom of the United States of the federal government. This level of clearance is granted alongside L clearance. This level of clearance is also specifically granted to very few members of government, such as the current President of the United States, the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of Homeland Security, all 4- and 5-star generals and admirals in the United States military, and all former presidents of the United States. Okay. Now, why is this important? Well, folks, now we're going to get into a little bit of what I think, or some of my research has led me to think. And that would be, so you got this guy Q that started posting in late October, and he's been putting out, breadcrumbs, and it's just, and then the president also is in a very unique position to where when he talks, if he happens to talk or say something and it's top secret, or, at that point it is deemed not. That's the power the president holds. From what I've understand and read, the minute they discuss something, you can say, oh my God, that's top secret. Well, not anymore. He decided, and that's like just the way it's written. So all this stuff coming out from the Q post, like they've been saying, it's somebody really close around Trump, one of these key figures here that fall into this category of having a Q clearance. I mean, you got the media spinning on what does he know? He tweets, and typically if you've been following along, and again, I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I am a constitutionalist first and foremost. So I go for that. If I see it, I'll call it like it is. But yeah, these people have the clearance and the knowledge and the things that have been coming out, if deemed to be true. It's just, they're just, one of the Q post, I believe it was 517. So let me see here. 517. Okay. So right here, 515, folks. On January 13th, he wrote, Q. See if I find it again, because I just wanted to zoom in so you could see it a little better. I've been having some people, hey, we can't see. And it's like, I understand. So I made it a little bigger here. So bear with me. 5, 16, 15, 16, 15, 5:15, January 13th, 2218. We are fighting for life. We are fighting for good. We are at war. Not everything will be clean. Scare, necessary event. Do you trust the U.S. military? Question mark. Do you trust the chain of command? Question mark. Have faith. We are in control. Patriots. Patriots. They have faith. You are chosen for a reason. You are being provided the highest level of intel to ever be dropped publicly in the history of the world. Use it. Protect and comfort those around you. Where we go one, we go all. Q. So right there, folks, you are being provided the highest level of intel to ever be dropped publicly in the history of the world. So I take that to be exactly what it says. It's just, you got, somebody that has maybe studied this for a very long time and came in a way that they're just doing things a little different than most other past presidents have or ever wanted to. I don't know. I don't know all that, but Q clearance. I mean, that's what they came out saying, swinging, and you just look into it and you just know that, I mean, this is the information. This is the information that is, put away in paperwork that lots of people that work every day and are just too busy with the normal hustle and bustle. All the tax dollars is paid for lots of research. And if some of these or any of these things that Q's dropping, about big pharma and look past medicine being used for just curing or treating somebody, getting into MK Ultra and mind control, and any of these past shooters had been in therapy and on pills, and you start looking into that. These are the questions raised, and you find 10 out of the 10 last shooters were hearing voices, and it's just, what the heck, I'm not saying that was correct 10 for 10, but I'm just saying, you look into it, that's the whole point of these questions are here for you to run off and look. But we're going to be getting into some of them and breaking them down. Tomorrow we're planning on doing a good hour-long show. I got a buddy going to be in studio with us, and we have some great material to go over. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you please hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything new coming out, and leave a comment. Leave a email, whatever you feel more comfortable with. So the link will be below for the email, and the subscribe button's down there. And if you want to leave a comment, feel free. I am Mike from the Patriot Hour, and closing out. We'll see you on the next video.